like Mitchell, or you can be like Reynolds and Skipple. Give it a Johnston and he'll get triple. Pass it to Cleary, you know he'll run the pitch. Score points like Jabojevic, I'm game day fit, no need a switch. Cooking up like Cookie Man's in the kitchen. Who's that on the wing? It's Sivo. Score, try and do the Guffrino. Don't get too rowdy or too keen or you'll end up like Hasentino. Get a 40-20 like BCE. Run the ball like hectic cheese. Support runner, that's Pappenhausen, but I still got Teddy at the SCG.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Final Siren podcast. Some sad news, some late news. Lockie won't be joining us today. Technology has done him over, and as he was hopping on, as he was hopping on the computer, he realized it needed to update, and he couldn't hear us on the actual StreamYard before that. So Lockie won't be here today, which is a bit sad because it is the final season previews, which is the Parramatta Eels, the North Queensland Cowboys, the Cronulla Sharks, and the Penrith Panthers. Now, we'll get underway soon. We'll start talking about them soon, boys. But first off, we need to pay our respects to Lockie for not being able to make it. I think this is the first one he's missed in quite a while. So, a second silence for Lockie. Yeah. Okay, we'll move on to the Parramatta Eels, boys. Started off pretty strong with the runners-up this season. What did you make of their season overall, boys? We'll start off with Faraz.
Yeah, I think it was one of those seasons where yes, they probably would have loved to finish with the title, but it is what it is. The Panthers are just too good. But I think the Eel season, with the inconsistency and a lot of talk about Parramatta dropping off potentially from the 8, I think they did really well to come back strongly and finish in the top 4. But yeah, look, I wouldn't go so harsh on them. I'd say it's a pass year. They actually finally made it to the grand final, past the semis. But yeah, it's a bit of an odd season. They were inconsistent at times.
Yeah. What about you, Davos?
Yeah, look, it was. I didn't expect the Eels to even make the grand final, to be quite honest. I thought that they would bow out first week of finals. Probably second week of finals because they had the second chance. But yeah, they proved me wrong, and congratulations on them for making the grand final.
Yeah, that's fair. Boys, the most valued player, who was it for you, for the Parramatta Eels? We'll start off with Davos.
Most valued player for the Eels. Oh, see, I'm actually going to go with Dylan Brown. I thought that he was terrific for the Eels this year, especially after last year, where I thought he was actually a bit underrated, but his stats didn't really line up with how he played. But, he was fantastic for the Eels this year, and he showed with his running and kicking game that, he's probably one of the best young 5'8" in the comp.
Yeah. What about you, Faraz?Ho was your MVP for the Eels this season?
I was going to say this guy, but I'm going to leave it for most improved. I was going to say Sivo, but he played half the year. So I'm going to say Junior Paulo. Simply outstanding and very consistent for the Eels. He's a key member of that forward pack.
Okay. That's a fair pick. Junior Barlow. Okay. Junior Barlow for most valued. I'm going to go Mitchell Moses. I'm going to head in a different direction. While I do believe Dylan was good, I'm just going to save him very quickly because we'll move on to most improved player. Boys, I'm going to actually start off for once. I'm going to say Dylan Brown for most improved. Last season, I believe he had 2 try assists over the whole season. This season, he was top 10 for try assists, I think. I could be wrong there, but yeah, he was good. As Lockie says, Sean Lane was his MVP for the season. So, okay.
He's already given my answer, basically. Sean Lane's my most improved player this year.
He's your most improved player?
I just think that where Sean Lane's come from, a lot of people gave him a lot of hate. A lot of people dissed him, called him shit and all that. He had no impact whatsoever. And boy, did he prove everyone wrong in 2022.
Yeah. And Davos, who was your most improved player?
Mine was Sean Lane. I thought he was terrific this year. And, yeah, I think he was robbed a bit of for an Australian call-up. But other than that, he was fantastic for the Eels. And was one of the big reasons why.
He's hard to stop, especially close to the line.
Definitely.
You can't stop his arms swinging up.
Yeah, he's one of the big reasons why the Eels made a big run of the granny. So yeah, definitely him.
Yeah, I agree. He was good. Best signing, boys. Here's the categories for best signing. And apologies because there's not really many for these top 4 teams. Surprisingly, not many signings or rookies for them. But best signing, Mitch Rain or Bailey Simonson. They're the only 2 I can think of. I swear I'm forgetting someone. I could really be forgetting someone here. But boys, who do you reckon is their best signing this year? Davos, we'll start with you.
I think Bailey Simonson was probably their best signing. Look, I know he didn't play many games, but when he did play, he did a very good job. I think he played at centre, I'm pretty sure, and he filled in there.
Yeah, and a bit of wing. So.
Yeah, and a bit of wing as well. But I thought when he came in, he really did his job well. So definitely Bailey Simonson.
Yeah, and Faraz, it should be a pretty easy one.
Did Mitch Rain even play one game this year?
1 game, I think.
Okay, Bailey Simonson.
I'm going to go Bailey Simonson by daylight. So Bailey Simonson, daylight, then Mitch Rain. Rookie of the year, boys. Now, only a few here as well. And Parham and Arthur are the 2 options for Rookie of the Year for the Eels. I could be missing someone again. I really do feel like I am. So sorry for that. But who do you reckon out of those 2 had the better year? I think Parham may have played 1 game. I'm not even sure if he did debut. So it could be pretty obvious. But Davos, we'll start off with you.
Jacob Arthur for me. Look, I know Arthur got booed by Parramatta fans during the game. I say not during the game, before the game, I'm pretty sure. But I think he was a bit overhated, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
There were times where he was pretty bad, but then there were times where he was very solid. So, yeah.
He was very bad.
Yeah.
Faraz, who was your Rookie of the Year for Eels?
Jacob Arthur.
Yeah, see? Okay, you can't talk then. Jacob Arthur for me as well. Parham barely played any games. Pass or fail season, plus a finishing grade, boys. If you don't mind. Faraz, we'll start with you this time.
I'm going to give it a pass, and I'm going to go B-. I don't know. I just feel those 2 too inconsistent. I think injuries may have helped them, like to other teams, like the Rabbitohs and Storm, EDC. So, yeah. But they did well to make the grand final, so that's why they get a B for me.
A B- for making a grand final.
They were lucky.
Okay.
They were
Davos, let's hear your thoughts.
I'm actually going to go with an A-. I'm going to go definitely a past season for the Eels. I mean, making the granny from 4th and when everyone wrote them off is a big achievement itself. So, yeah, great season.
I'm going to go A- as well. Obviously, a past season for the Eels. I mean, you don't just get a B- for making the grand final. You gave Storm a flat B, and they didn't even make it past the first round of finals.
Yeah, because Storm have different. Who cares? Storm had injuries. They did well to be there. They had like that.
Faraz can go on timeout again for a bit. Predicted finish compared to actual finish, boys. Faraz, we'll bring We'll bring you back here. Predicted finish. Where do you predict the Eels to finish this season?
I had them 5th, so just outside the top 4. So if Hughes didn't get injured, I would have been correct. But it is what it is.
Davos, where did you have the Eels?
I'm pretty sure I had the Eels pinned at 8th, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was a fair way off there.
I had the Eels at 6th. So, most of the season, it looked like that's where they were going to finish. But it is what it is. And will they improve or drop? Drop, or stay the same in 2023, boys? Faraz, what do you reckon?
They'll drop. I still think they're probably a top 8 team, but I think the loss of Reid Marnie, who else they're losing?
Isaiah Papali'i.
Oh, that's a huge loss as well. So, yeah, they're going to drop a fair bit. And they're also inconsistent as it is, so, yeah.
Davos, improve, drop, or stay the same?
I'm actually going to go the opposite of Faraz. I actually think they'll stay, to be honest, because, yes, they've lost Reid Marnie and Isaiah Papali'i, but they've made some decent signings. Like they made Hodgson, they made Murchie. They got who else? They've got some good plays coming through. So I'm actually going to pick them to stay.
Yeah, that's a fair pick. I'm going to go they drop. I reckon they'll, like Faraz said, I reckon they'll still be a top 8 team, but I just don't think they'll be the same caliber. I reckon they just sneak into the 8.
Josh Hodgson is a good player, but he can't last the whole season. That's the problem with him.
Sorry, who's that?
Josh Hodgson.
Hodgson. Yeah, Hodgson definitely. I'm not sure. I feel like some of his injuries have just been like accidental, and
Yeah,
like
but that's the
really
problem. He still gets injured. Like he misses basically the whole season, so it's a worry for Parramatta
Yeah,
next year.
but I mean, it's sort of been like it's not like he's like injury prone because of ACL and stuff. I think it's more so like.
But is he
his
really the same player from what he was before, like with the new rules and everything?
Well, he was in 2020 and 2021. He was going well before injuries, but the injuries were literally just from.
Fair.
Look at the chat.
Oh my goodness!
Right.
Oh my goodness! There could be breaking news here. Does that mean his computer's finished updating? If so, Lachlan, we need you, mate. Get on as soon as possible. If
We
that's
need
what you're
those
talking
jokes.
about. Unless you're talking about a signing of some sort. If so, oh, he's here. Okay.
Yeah.
Very pleased to announce that someone very special is back. He's getting psyched up. I hope he can actually hear us this time. Lachlan, can you hear us, mate?
Fucking oath I can.
Okay. Now, Lockie, I'm just going to quickly run through with Lockie before we do this. Just quick fire. Most valued player. So, who for the Eels?
Sean Lane.
Most improved player.
We'll just throw names. Will Penasini.
Will Penasini. Best signing out of, I think it was, who was it even? Mitch Rain, Bailey Simonson.
Bailey Simonson for sure.
Rookie of the year out of Jake Arthur and Hayes Perham, who didn't even play any minutes.
Jacob Arthur, even though he's not real great.
Pass or fail season plus finishing grade.
It's a pass. They finished top 4 for a reason. You can't say that's a fail for them. But they made the grand final for once. But we'll see if they can make it again in the next 50 years.
Would you say for us as a grade of B minus is fair considering they've made the grand final?
It's Faraz. I have no words.
Yeah. So what would your grade be for them?
Making a grand final, I'll give them A minus.
Oh, that's great. That's
Davidson,
one.
I said. Faraz with the B minus. Not sure where that came from.
All right, I'm going to B plus. Okay, I think I was a bit too harsh on them. B plus, but I'm not changing it to an A. Straight. I'm just staying with that.
Lucky, do you know where you had them finishing? Oh,
yeah, I had them 6th.
6th. Yeah, I had them the same. I was just saying that as well. Now, I think we're just on this. I think we've all given our thoughts, but do you reckon they'll improve, drop, or stay the same?
They'll drop with losing Reid Marnie and Papali'i and a few others, I think. I don't see him improving at all.
Yeah, okay. Well, now we get to move on to third place, the North Queensland Cowboys, Lachlan's most hated team. You're going to be a bit critical here?
This could get ugly.
Oh, yeah. Get ugly. Most valued player, boys. Who do you reckon had the best season for the Cowboys? We'll start with Lockie since he's just got here.
Oh, no. Of course, it's taking a while to think.
Luciano Leilua.
Oh, no way.
Okay. For us.
Most valued player, you probably go this year. You probably go Chad Townsend.
Yeah, same as mine. That's mine, so right there.
Oh, okay, Davos. What about you then?
You three already said it. So Chad Townsend.
Yeah, Townsend. That's fair. We're all gonna actually. I'm gonna go. No, I'm gonna stick with Townsend. Yeah. Actually, yes. Because most improved player, boys. There's a few candidates for this one.
Already got
Davos.
one.
Who is your most improved player?
We probably all got the same.
I think we've all got the same answer.
We've all got the same.
Who've you got?
I got Scott Drinkwater.
Same. I got Scott Drinkwater as well.
I had different.
I have different as well.
I have Drinkwater. Who do you have?
Lucky, who do you have?
I have Tom Dearden.
Yes!
I'm with
Yes!
Davis.
Tommy Dearden. Did Drinkwater make an origin side?
No.
Did Drinkwater make an origin side?
Both answers are not wrong.
But
They're
just
both
answer me this, boys.
Either
Answer me this.
right.
Did
Scott Drinkwater's
Drinkwater
really
make
good
an
this
origin side?
Yeah, but like, it's only because we've got a fullback in Caleb Ponga, and Munster was out. It doesn't matter.
Tom Dearden was going into an Origin game without a fucking testicle.
It's not Drinkwater saw he's on Origin. He played like Origin played this year. He made the fullback. He did a great job. He was one of the main reasons why the Cowboys played that well.
Okay, wait. So we're split here between Drinkwater and Dearden.
I think
We'll let the live chat decide that one. Who do you reckon had the better season? Chat. I don't think there's very many people in there at the moment. There was a few.
I don't get how that's funny.
But I'm going to go Tommy Dearden. Special mention to Valentine Holmes because the last few seasons he's been playing fullback and he was pretty crap there. But this season he was really good at centre. So, best signing, boys. Here are the candidates for Cowboys. Tom Dearden, because we're counting because he got signed halfway through last season. Chad Townsend, Peter Hiku, and Luciano Leilua, Lockie's favourite. Lockie, you going to start us off?
Yeah. I mean, you got to go Townsend, but
yeah, for sure.
Tommy Dearden, for me, Tommy Dearden was more electric.
Yeah,
Townsend just brought the more
composure. Yeah. Faraz, what did you think?
It's got to be Chad Townsend for sure. I mean, that's why they signed him for a reason, and he got into the top 4, and he made Dearden the player he is today. Taking all that pressure off him.
Davos, what about you?
Look, I agree with everything you boys have said, and as much as I love Chad Townsend, I've got to go with Tom Dearden. I'm going to go with Dearden. You know, the fact that bloke's only 20 years old and played the season that he did and made Origin, he is a future star of the game. I mean, I love Tom Dearden so much. Like, he's a gun.
Can I ask you then, if Dearden, if you're talking about Dearden having a better season than Townsend, who was in contention for Player of the Year, then why do you have him over Drinkwater as most improved? Why don't you have him over Drinkwater? Sorry,
I just want to be different. You know, I don't want to have the same player for every.
Drinkwater had a much better than
you already are different without trying.
Yeah, but Drinkwater was playing 5'8" last year, and he made the move to fullback, and he did a really good job.
Drinkwater was always a fullback to begin with, and then he got put in.
But he played 5'8" last year. Regardless, he still had to do the job. He did it really well.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I don't. I'm going to go Chad Townsend, but with my Queensland bias, glasses off, it's Chad Townsend, but with them on, it's Tom Dearden. So, I mean, take what you want from that. I'll go Chaddy Townsend. Rookie of the Year, boys. Now, I've only listed one person because I feel like there's really no need to list anyone else. So your choices are Jeremiah Nanai. Okay, make your choices, boys.
Or Griffin Name.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Griffin Name as well.
Are you going to go Griffin Name?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Well, then that's why he's not listed. No one's going to go Griffin Name.
Griffin Name looks like Tom Flegler off Wish, so I'm not going to.
Stop.
Jesus.
You can argue.
Look in the comments section. Oh, it says, I'm with Davos and Faraz. Drinkwater wasn't even known.
He was known, I think. I mean, who knows?
I think what it means is that he didn't get enough credit or something. They all probably thought it was a rookie. Maybe keeper player. I don't know.
But Rookie of the Year, we're all going Nanai, right? We all have
it's easy.
He won.
Can I just ask, is Gilbert a rookie this year? I'm not saying he is, but was he
Gilbert's not a rookie. Gilbert is not a rookie. As much as I love Tommy Gilbert, I have to go with my boy Jeremiah Nanai.
I mean, if we didn't go with Nanai, that would be a bit weird considering
I agree.
He legitimately won the actual Rookie of the Year award. Pass or fail season with a finishing grade. I mean, honestly, I'm just going to quickly take out the pass or fail season part for these last few teams. Realistically, are any of these really a fail? Maybe Penrith because they didn't win by a big enough margin against Parramatta. Lockie, what was your finishing grade?
F.
Davos?
Look, A+.
F for fucking losers.
A+.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. F for losers. Okay. Oh, no, F for... Okay, yeah. No, sorry, my mistake. Davos, sorry, continue on.
A+. The fact that Todd Payton took a team that was broken from 15th place, third or second place? It was third, right? Yeah, third.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it was third.
Yeah. Third place.
That's
They
a
finished.
big turnaround, and not many teams do that. So, yeah, fantastic season from the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Guaranteed
Okay.
Dolphins will beat them next year.
Okay.
No.
Okay, we'll see. Faraz, what was your finishing grade?
Gotta be A plus. Just gotta be. I know.
Gotta be.
Look, I wish we had the season like they had, but what they did this year was remarkable. Everyone tipped them for the spoon, basically, and what they've done. I mean, they were just short of a grand final. That's pretty
How
insane.
can you give them an A plus? They fucking choked the finals. They legit lost
They
to
were,
a man.
they were already tipped to win the wooden spoon. What are you on about? Mate?
They legit lost to a man playing gridiron.
Yes, what?
Yeah, Mitch Moses. Suck that, every Cowboys fan. Hope you're crying.
Okay.
You're blasting me for giving the Eels a B minus, but like you're going on about Mitch Moses and Parramatta. What's so bad about losing to Parramatta?
All right, boys. Okay, finishing grade. I'm going to go with an A, a flat A. I don't think A plus is right, considering that. I mean, they didn't make the grand final.
Thank you.
I'm just going to go straight A though. Straight A's are good still. I mean, they improved so much. Everyone had them tipped for the spoon, but an A plus season is perfect.
And that A stands for assholes. Now on to
predicted finish compared to actual finish. I had them. I'll be the first to say I had them for the spoon. Not sure about you boys. Lockie, where'd you have them? Oh, yeah, there we go. Davos,
wow.
where'd you have them?
I had him at my favorite number, 14.
And Faraz, where'd you have the Cowboys?
Wooden spoon. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. He doesn't want to talk about it. Will they improve, drop, or stay the same in 2023? We'll start with Lachlan because I already know what he's going to say. So, Lockie, what do you reckon?
you can't tell me that they're going to stay the same. I tell you, they've got more blokes in bloody court cases at the moment than they do in the field, okay? The club ain't going nowhere next year. I'm just telling you that much. It was a one-year wonder. They won't make the top 4 next year. That's for sure.
Wow.
Will they make the top 8, you reckon?
They'll make top 8, but they'll just scrape in.
Oh, my. Davos.
Tough one. I'm going to go... You know what? I'm actually going to agree with Lockie, but they won't drop that much. I reckon they'll drop. I'll tell you why, right? They're losing. Look, I get Drinkwater took over Hammer's spot, but Hammer's still a big loss. And you also lose Tommy Gilbert, who's probably one of the most
Hammer didn't even play the year, and they made it with Drinkwater. That point doesn't count.
No, I know. But what about if he gets injured? Who's going to play fullback then? Probably Ben Hampton. But no. But you lose.
But can you
Tommy
really base it off
Gilbert,
injuries? You can't really base it off predicting. Oh, this guy will get
I know,
injured.
but still, you're losing players.
Just let him speak for us. Gee whiz.
I reckon they'll drop.
Yeah, Buzz Rothfield.
Not much.
Faraz is legitimately the Buzz Rothfield of this podcast. Yeah, that's a fair assumption, Davos. What about you, Faraz?
I'm agreeing with these two. I think they'll drop. I think they will drop. I think look, the Cowboys are a good side. They'll definitely be top 8 for the next few years, but I thought as well they got a bit lucky with the draw. I don't know if you guys noticed, but they got a few more home games to start the year. I think they started their first 2 games at North Queensland. I think that away from North Queensland, they struggle. And I just think that for a full season, I don't know. I think the Cowboys, I don't think it's a one-year wonder, but they won't be top 4 next year. That's for sure, in my opinion.
So he laughs at me for making a call, but then he says the same thing as me. Yeah, makes sense.
So I'm going to go. They stay the same. They stay around the same bracket. From the 2 to 4 section. Panthers they're going to take out the minor premiership again next year, in my opinion. I mean,
Roosters.
Who knows? Roosters. You got Roosters. I made that mistake this year, not making that one again. You're going to kill each other, says Broad Wonder. It's all in good fun, Broad. It's all in good fun.
I agree.
Except for Faraz. We don't like Faraz here. Cronulla Sharks, boys.
Up. Cronulla.
Yeah, okay. Most valued player, boys. Who do you reckon? Do we even need to talk about this?
No, please don't. We all know. It's the bloke who has a Gallium medal around his neck.
Yeah, Matt Moylan. Okay.
Adam Reynolds was wrong.
He very much was. But Nico Hines, obviously, I think we all agree on that. Most improved player. You could go Nico Hines here as well, but I don't think so. I'm going to go with Matt Moylan.
I agree with you, Noah. I'm going Matt Moylan as well.
Yeah.
Because last year he was complete crap, and this year he was actually really good.
I honestly don't know. I'm going to go. I might as well just go Brendan Nakora. He was really good for them this year.
Hang
No,
on.
he was really good for them this year. What's funny about that?
Nothing. Sorry, Davos, go on.
I'm going to change. I mean, I like Matt Moylan as a player, but I have to go with Talakai.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a good show.
He went from being like a bloody he almost got his career taken away, and then he became one of the most informed centers for the first half of the year. Look, he dropped off, when the year came on. I mean, ever since that Stags game, he kind of dropped off, but he's still a great player, and he played for New South Wales, and he definitely improved. So I got to go with Talakai.
That was beautiful. Lachlan,
Agreed.
who was your most improved player?
I'm going to go a player that not many people picked the position for, but I think Ronaldo Mulatalo this year really went to a next step.
That was actually my original answer.
I think he went to the next step this year. He was Mr. Reliable on the wing. He doesn't get enough credit still to this day, I don't think, about the talent he has. But yeah, it would be my pick for this season.
Should be playing for
the Sharks
now. But yeah,
the Sharks team as a whole were improved this year, and we'll talk about that soon. But best signing for Sharks, boys. Oh, this is a really tough one. You had Hines. I don't think you had any other people. Oh, Cameron McInnes. So
Dal Finucane
as well. But I mean, at the end of the day, is it going to be Dal Finucane, Cameron McInnes, or is it going to be the Dalian Ellis?
It's going to be a guy called Nico Hines.
So yeah, I reckon we're all going Nico Hines there. If we weren't, then we'd just
Fancy
be done.
Davos choosing another Storm player.
Yeah, classic Davos. Rookie of the year, boys. Contenders for the Sharks are Metcalf. So Luke Metcalf, Lachlan Miller, Iro. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced, and Cade Dykes, who only played one game, but I mean he was still up there. Who do you boys reckon? And my one, I reckon I was right about. Like at the beginning of the season, I was a big fan of him and I wanted to see him play. So, Davos, who are you going?
I'm going to go with your man, Lachlan Miller. I think his debut game, he ran for like 200 meters, I'm pretty sure, against the Titans. Was that right? Or?
Yeah, I think it was over that. I think it was nearly 300. I'll quickly stat check that, but keep talking for now.
I don't think I've seen a bloke run for bloody almost 300 meters in a debut game, but yeah, he in the Olympics or something?
Titans.
Yeah, I know it's the Titans. They're bloody garbage. We don't need to talk about them, but diabolical club. But yeah,
So are their fans.
Oh, we don't know.
Yeah, no, they've got two fans, bro. Anyways, this is not about the Titans. This is about how good Lachlan Miller was in his debut game. Yeah, he was fabulous that game, so it's definitely him.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Lockie, what about you?
Yeah, I'll probably have to go the same, to be honest. I think Metcalf's done well. I think he's signed a contract with the Warriors for the next 3 years or something. But yeah, I think Lachlan Miller just had more of an impact, considering from where he's come from.
Yeah. Faraz, what about you?
I just about agree with these two lads. Lachlan Miller definitely excited me when he first burst onto the scene, and he's definitely a good replacement if Kenny does get injured. He's not the same player necessarily, but he does have a good impact. I love his speed and aggression. He's fit as.
Yeah. I still haven't found the stats. I'm going to try my hardest too. But, yeah, for me, it was Lachlan Miller as well. It's a pretty simple pick, really. I just think, I think back to the beginning of the season, I heard the Sharks had signed him, and I was pretty happy with that because I'd seen what he'd been able to do in the sevens for Australia, and he was great. Now, I've got the stats here. He ran for 294 run meters with 52 post-contact meters, 9 tackle breaks, 1 line break, all on debut. And a try. Don't forget the try.
That's good as.
I picked him up in my fantasy team as soon as I saw he was playing, and he got me 67 fantasy points that week.
You had huge ups on him, even before he debuted.
Yeah, I know, yeah. That's one of the only players I've actually had huge raps on who's actually performed on debut. So wow. But he was great. Now, boys, finishing grade for the Sharks. What are we reckoning here? Reckoning, that's not a word. What are we thinking here, boys? We'll start off with Lachlan this time.
One of two teams, I'll give an A+. Considering that they missed the 8, they finished second. The signings that they made, the progress they made, I mean, you can't really give anything lower than A+ or an A.
Did you give the Cowboys an A?
You've got an A plus. Did you go A plus?
Correct.
Oh wow.
Ooh,
Right. What about you?
Oh, this is going to get controversial again. I'm going to go
No, give them a bloody C-.
B minus.
Oh,
B minus.
you're out of your mind, bruh.
B minus.
Look, listen to me. They definitely made progress.
Davos, what was your thoughts?
I'm gonna give the Sharks a flat A. All right, and the only reason it's not an A plus was because it's very rarely that you come second and you bow out in finals. But that does not take away from the fact that they had a terrific season under Craig Fitzgibbon. When they sacked John Morris, I thought that was a horrible decision considering how well their defense was playing. But they proved me wrong, and I'm very happy for all the Sharks fans out there. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go a flat A. Now, Faraz, would you like to make your point again on? So B, you've gone B minus.
Yeah.
Care.
You've gone the Cows an A and the Sharks a B minus for finishing
No,
second.
because look, a lot of people, if you look at the Sharks and Cowboys, right? A lot of people expected the Sharks to be top 8, and they had them smoking for top 4. Like, a lot of people weren't surprised by that necessarily. Cowboys were expected to win the wooden spoon, so that's why I've given the Cowboys an A plus. Look, the Sharks had a great season for sure. You don't finish second without being half decent. But look, I felt like their draw was sort of easy, and if like the way they performed in the finals, yes, they made finals. That's why they get a B. Obviously, they missed it last year, but the way they performed in finals, I mean, Souths even played at 65%. They got smoked across the park. They should have won week 1, but they blew that as well. I just felt, yes, they played the easy teams, but they got their chance in finals and they didn't do nothing with it. I feel like
Can I say something?
they came second and they burned out just like that. It's a good season, but it can definitely be full like overrated as well. But they're definitely a good side, that's for sure.
This is for Faraz and the other NRL fans out there who Faraz just said in his speech. The bullshit behind people saying teams have an easy draw is the biggest crock of shit I think I've ever heard. Every club, 16 of them, versus the same teams for the whole year.
Each other.
The clubs don't make the draws.
Okay, fair enough. You made your point. What happened in the finals? They came second and they burned out 2 weeks in a row.
Second for us.
Yeah, but they burned out in the finals. They couldn't play the good teams.
Okay.
Yes, they finished top 8, fair enough. But what did they do in finals?
So what? Cowboys finished third. Where did they come in finals?
They came a prelim.
Did
What's
they
wrong
win?
with that?
No. Was it at home? Yes. What's your point?
Sharks blew week 1 as well at home. At least Cows won the finals game.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Easy there, Buzz. Before you blow a casket, I'm gonna change my grade to an A minus just because yes, they did bow out in finals, but B minus is way too low for them considering.
Okay, B plus, but whatever. I still stand on my point.
You changed from a B minus to B plus. You can't.
Yeah,
make
you
up
guys
your
are
mind, mate.
satisfied, eh?
It's up to you. It's your decision.
My point was proven. I'm just saying that it happened. So yeah.
Have
Okay.
a cry.
Predicted finish compared to actual.
2 weeks in a row.
Predicted finish, boys. Where did you predict them to finish this season? Faraz, we'll start with you since you think they're.
I had them 7, so they definitely exceeded expectations for sure.
Lockie, what about you?
I had a third.
What about you, Davos?
Fourth.
I had them 4th as well. I had them finishing top 4. I thought they were smoky for the top 4 the whole season, and they ended up making it, which apparently for Faraz isn't good enough. We all know if Broncos made top 4, he'd be giving them an A+. But will they improve, drop? Will they improve, drop, or stay the same in 2023? Faraz, what do you reckon?
They'll stay where they are. I think they'll improve with experience.
I get another B minus.
Well,
Lockie, what about
okay, you
you?
just have to cry about it.
What about you, Lockie?
I'll stay the same.
And Davos? What are we
I
thinking?
agree with Lockie. I think they'll stay the same.
I'm going to go they drop. I'm
Oi.
gonna be the only one who guesses that. I just think the matter of
What
which
is
they
the
went to finals was a lot of inexperience. And, yeah, I just think against the top sides, yes, they weren't as good. Still no point in giving them a B minus. But, yeah, I'm gonna go they drop. I don't think they'll finish top 4. I think they'll finish maybe just outside, maybe 6th or 5th or
So
something.
if you have them 5 to 8 in that range, basically.
Yeah.
Or like,
I
Anyway,
know. Look at the recent comment from Terry Lamb. He said,
Ooh. I can see where Faraz is coming from in a sense, but he did give credit for Cronulla. But Lachlan makes a point: Sharks aren't second for nothing. Exactly, and
Yeah,
that's the
you're
point
right.
we're trying to make to Faraz. But I mean, finishing
that's
second
what-
shouldn't.
that's
I
why
mean,
it's obviously a pass mark, but I took my points away because they didn't prove themselves in the finals.
But I mean, that would be like finishing with a 90 out of 100 on the school test, and then getting given pretty much like just scraping in as a pass. So I mean, that's a bit harsh
know,
on the
but-
Sharks.
It's one of the worst second place teams I've seen, though.
I think
Sorry.
all that Porter you eat's going to your head for us.
Oh yeah, just like saying the Cowboys losers and whatever. What's nonsense? Sharks 13 plus.
"All right, what's the
How
next
about you go to
one?"
your cupboard and pick one of those 9 jerseys you got, eh?
Okay, boys, let's chill out for a second. Now Penrith Panthers. We'll end it off here. Most valued player, boys. Who was your most valued player for this season for Penrith? There's actually a lot to choose from. But I think we all might have the same answer here. For us, what about you?
You
Who's
can go
yours?
Cleary, Yo, Ty. Doesn't make a difference. I'm gonna go Yo.
Okay, Lockie, who was yours?
I'm gonna go Dylan Edwards this year.
Yeah,
I
same.
think Dylan Edwards, seeing where Cleary was injured for a good amount of period of the season, I think Edwards definitely was their best player by a little bit this year. I think he's probably still the most underrated player in the comp. He doesn't get enough credit, and he doesn't want the credit either. He's a humble guy. But for me, it's Dylan Edwards.
Yeah, Davos. Who was it? For
I've
you?
got something different to you boys. Actually, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Api Coruscant.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
thought he was very good this year. He went from being a very good dummy half to like one of the elite dummy halves. And when he did play in Origin, I felt like he was very good. He provided like he's just a smart player. Like he knows when to dart out a dummy half and knows how to control the rucks. So yeah, Tigers have got a very very good player in Api.
I think the perfect example to that is that prelim game against Rabbitohs when they were down 12-0.
Yeah, he started off from the bench. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he did put in same. I think it was the same with the grand final. And as soon as they put him on, he's great for Penrith. I think he'll be a big loss next year. That could maybe actually see Penrith drop down from first place. I'm not even sure. Might be. Yeah, who knows?
Well, they might get better now. They've got rid of Charlie Shitstains.
They weren't playing him in the first place, except for the grand final. We picked up Charlie Staines. The fact Charlie Staines has got a ring and Ben Hunt has it is absolutely, yeah.
Well, I mean, if he didn't drop the ball, he might. So
most improved player, boys, for the season for Penrith. I mean, they'd won last year, so there's really not too many to choose from. Who are you going to go for us?
Might as well just give it to Dylan Edwards. He does not get the credit he deserves.
Yeah, I'm going to go Dylan Edwards too. Davos?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Mr. Consistent Dylan Edwards. Just there's not much you have to say about him. You just look at him and he's one of the most hardworking fullbacks in the comp. So,
Lockie, are you going to make it a whitewash?
no, I'm not. I'm going to go a guy outside the box who gets no credit at all. And for me, he's come a long way. He's made his spot a guarantee. He just made his first Kiwi squad for the first time. I'm going to go Scott Sorensen.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's a good one.
I'm going to go Scott Sorensen off the bench. I think this year against that first try against the Broncos, even though he has shit defense, the man is built like a bloody tank. He comes on, tries his heart out in attack and defense, is always there. He's now got 2 rings to his name. The man's definitely one to look for in the future. I think he'll sometime get a spot in the starting team for me, I reckon.
Yeah, I think so. Well, with talks that Liam Martin is leaving, he does play second row. You think maybe he slots in there if Liam Martin leaves? I think he's a better player than Liam Martin personally. I was big on Liam Martin previously, but I'm not too sure on him now. Before we move on to the next one, so Davos, you went with Edwards. I went with Edwards. Fraz went with Edwards. You've gone with Sorensen. Before we move on, Terry Lamb says, is Critter overrated or nah?
Good player, but yeah, he's slightly overrated.
I agree.
Oh, David,
actually, I even slightly overrated. He's overrated.
Yeah. Lachlan, overrated?
I mean, I would say his long-haired brothers who like to kick players in grand finals probably make him look better than what he is. But, yeah, you probably have to go overrated a bit.
Yeah.
Lockie, your mate wouldn't say she wouldn't say that he's overrated, so...
Best signing, boys, for the Panthers. The only player I've actually noted that they signed was Sean O'Sullivan. I feel like there's another one there, but I couldn't think of it. So O'Sullivan would be for all of us, I'd imagine, unless any of you actually remember anyone the Panthers have signed.
No.
Look, I know I think he came from the development system, and they probably did sign him. But would you count Sonny Luke? No,
he came from development.
But he's a future star for sure.
Luke could honestly take over after Coruscant's leaving.
Yeah,
I reckon Kenny will get the 9, but I think Luke at 14 wouldn't be too bad. Rookie of the year for Panthers, boys. We've got a few here. I've only listed 4, but they did debut quite a few against the Cowboys. But I feel like just because they were all one gamers, I don't feel like they would have counted. So Taylor May, Kurt Falls, Jamin Salmon, and Isaac Tago. Was tongue on now, but who do you boys reckon was Rookie of the Year for the Panthers? Davos, we'll start off with you.
I'm going to go with Isaac Tago. I reckon he made that center position his own, and I was a bit worried that losing Burton and I think was Crichton injured for a period. He was out.
They lost Burton and Capel. That's all I know.
Yeah, when Burton was out, I thought Tago would struggle a bit as a first-year player, but he was fantastic the whole year. Just give credit to how good the Panthers system is, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. Lockie, who was your Rookie of the Year for the Panthers?
Yeah, I'm going to go the same. I'm going to say Isaac Tago as well. I think Davos summed it up brilliantly. Yeah.
I'm going to go the exact thing. Holy cow, what the heck is going on?
It is becoming Halloween here, lads.
For us, don't even bother explaining that. Who was your Rookie of the Year for Panthers?
I'm going to go Isaac Tago. I just think that, not a lot of people give Tago a lot of credit. Everyone talks about Taylor May and his try-scoring ability, but I think Tago, he did really well to handle Burton's spot, and it shows that Panthers' development and their depth system is incredible.
Yeah, that's fair. And I'm going to go Tango as well. May, a very close second, but finishing grade for the Panthers, boys. Be careful what you say here. Lockie, what was your finishing grade for the Panthers?
A+, easy.
Davos.
I hate to say it, but A+. I mean, I have not seen, apart from maybe one of the Storm teams, I've not seen a team so bloody dominant in years, to be quite honest.
Versus 2018-19.
Oh, that's close, but I think this Panthers team's pretty hard to beat.
Yeah. Faraz, are you going to give the Panthers a B+ this time?
No, A+++.
That's not a grade. That's not a grade.
That's not a grade. That's an imagination.
Okay. I'm going to go an A+ as well. That's why I was saving the A+ for the Panthers. And I think that just about sums up their season. It was a brilliant season from the Panthers, and we
Do
all
you
know
think they'll be favourites heading to next year?
what was
Again?
that.
Do you think they'll be the first team to be favourites next year to win that title, even losing
Yeah.
at Perth?
Yeah, I think they'll be favourites. I reckon the Roosters will be behind them. Then I reckon Storm will be back.
I think Rabbitohs and Storm next up.
Yeah, they'll be up there as well. I think Eels will probably drop a bit in price. Predicted finish compared to actual finish. Where did you have the Panthers finishing this season? And I'm pretty embarrassed where I had them finishing.
Oh no!
Where do you have them, Faraz?
I did the biggest mistake of writing them off because I lost Burden and Capewell. I just thought they didn't have the depth, and Capewell would be a massive loss in terms of experience. I had them third. I made the mistake, and I paid the price for it. I should have never underestimated them.
Lockie, where did you have them?
Yep.
Didn't you say you had Roosters top four at first place this year?
That's next
Oh,
year.
no, next year. Sorry, that's my bad.
And
You had them
because I missed
first.
out on Storm, I had the Storm second.
Oh, yeah. And Davos, where did you have the Panthers finishing this year?
Unfortunately, I had them 16th. No, I'm kidding. I had them as minor premiers. I had them as minor
Come on, make a
premiers.
better joke, mate.
Well, I give that joke a B-. I had them finishing second. I had Roosters first, Panthers second. The Panthers, obviously, the dominant team they are. Prove me wrong. Now, boys, will they drop or stay the same in 2023? I don't think you can really improve on the season they had unless they go, 26-9 next season. But what do you reckon, boys? We'll start with Faraz.
Okay, if I was to say Panthers come second or third, is that considered a drop for?
Yes.
I think they'll drop just by a few spots, like 1 to 2 spots. I think Appy's loss is going to count for something eventually. I think.
Davos, improve, drop, or stay the same.
I reckon they'll stay.
Lockie, what do you reckon?
I think they'll drop.
Yeah,
I don't see 3 years in a row coming minor.
Where do you have them finishing next year?
Probably like third.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I still think they're premiership favourites, but I don't know about first. But I wouldn't be surprised if they do make first again.
I'm going to go they stay exactly the same. I'm going to go they will finish minor premiers again, back-to-back seasons. They didn't in 2021 and they won the premiership, so who knows. But go on.
I was going to say, but most teams that finish first don't actually, except the Panthers this year, most teams that finish first don't go on and win the premiership. Like, for example, Panthers in 2020, Storm 2021. You know,
Apart from the Geelong Cats as well, brother.
Yeah.
But
And
that'll
the
just
Melbourne
about
Demons.
that'll just about do us on the
and the
season
Melbourne Cross.
reviews.
I'm joking.
Oh my goodness.
Not funny.
That'll do us on the season reviews. I'll pass it over to Lockie to end us off on the 4 videos we've done.
Before we end off, I know it's bad to end an episode on sad news, but from the Final Sign podcast, our condolences go out to Liam Hampson's family and his close mates, such as Jesse Arthur, AJ Brimson, Will Brimson, Jordan Ricky, and a few other boys who are over there in Barcelona at the moment. Anything's appreciated to them. They have links in all their bios for our fundraiser page to get Liam back home to his family. Any money, doesn't matter how much amount, would be helpful to them. But that's been us from the Final Sign podcast once again for the last of the final, the season reviews. Stay tuned on our Instagram at the Final Sign podcast. Make sure to follow there to see what our next video is, as we're in the works and discussions of what we're going to be bringing out now. But make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well at the Final Sign podcast. It's been Faraz, Davos, Noah, and myself once again. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.